Give a brief idea about your background.
Well, I have been having a very varied life over the last so many years. My first few years were in the army, not few years, 21 years I was in the army, where we had a particular type of leadership. Then I moved into the corporate world, call it corporate world, or journalism and publishing magazines and so on. And then also I ran my own public relations consultancy. There the leadership style was different. But during the latter half of my second career, I got involved in running or being part of two very well-known NGOs of our country. One was Rotary, which is a worldwide organization, and second was INTAC, the Indian National Trust for Art and Cultural Heritage. Now, the type of leadership that's required for any such NGO is totally different from the hierarchical leadership that you see in the armed forces or the democratic leadership that you are now expected to have, where everyone is an equal. It is actually the biggest challenge of leadership, to be able to motivate, to be able to get your equals to follow you when you are the leader. And also the fact is that you're not leader for life. You are elected year to year, you are always brought in. Today you are the president of that club, tomorrow somebody else is the president, tomorrow you have to follow someone, 2 years later there'll be a third person, and so on. So in all cases, leadership challenges of NGOs are very difficult.
So what you're saying, Vijay, is that leadership is highly contextual, in the sense that the army context requires one style of leadership, unquestioned command, because the army can't afford debate and discussion while fighting on the front. Whereas today's evolving corporate sector is highly consensual, where the leader must learn to take his team with him.
Right. You see, I would even put it this way, that in the corporate world, there's a mixture of what is the total hierarchical leadership, plus the leadership of persuasion and being able to persuade people to work with you. Whereas in case of an NGO, it's purely a matter of getting the person to really follow you without any means of, there's no punitive action. There is no means of, unless of course you really have a clash and then someone decides to walk out or you decide to walk out, that otherwise, basically speaking, you have to have fellowship, a camaraderie, a common cause, a common objective, and having all that together, then you say, all right, let's work together for this common cause. It's the common good of society that comes up as far as NGOs are concerned, which is, the common good is limited to your own objective, to your own task, or limited to specific projects. It's all a matter of what is the common good that this group, which is running that NGO, is aiming at.
Vijay, there is one more point. Today, the changes that are taking place in technology are taking at an exceptionally fast pace. You have digital marketing and you have artificial intelligence, robotics coming in. Now, one of the major functions of any leader is to see that the skills and learning of his people do not become redundant, and therefore all corporations are under tremendous pressure to update the skills. And to what extent are leaders paying attention to this aspect of organizational growth?
Well, sir, one thing I want to make very clear. We cannot be slaves to technology. What we need to do is to ensure that we use technology to further our objectives.
Absolutely.
Whatever that technology is, it's your aid, it's your assistant, it's an
enabler.
It's an enabler. That's right, sir. Enabler. So therefore, whatever you do, you got to utilize all these technologies, whether it's a smartphone, or whether it's a computer, or whether it's artificial intelligence, or all these things are just there. Like today, there were examples given of all types of new technologies that are coming in and would be in position by another 5 years from now. But the point at issue is that you've got to utilize them. Now, good non-profit organizations also have a system of training. And where they do training, they ensure that the latest technologies are known to the staff, known to the volunteers, and they utilize to their best capability. It's amazing how people in India who otherwise are considered illiterate have taken to the mobile phone. I mean, I'm amazed. In fact, it has been the greatest of...
almost a revolution.
No, it has been the greatest teacher of people to get their ABCD right, or even... I mean, you see everybody using it. Everybody is tapping that thing, where people are totally illiterate, you see. So to that extent, I think we need technology, we utilize technology, and whatever new things that keep coming